Which finding, if true, would most strongly support the underlined explanation? Gorgets, or necklaces with large pendants, have been part of the ceremonial attire of tribes from the U.S. Southeast for centuries. One of the oldest examples, the Fairfield gorget, was found in Fairfield, Missouri, in 1958. Its overall design resembles that of other art from the region during the Mississippian period, 900 to 1600 CE. Yet the image on the gorget is of a jaguar, a species whose range doesn't extend to Missouri. Jaguar images are common in ancient Mexican art, and Mexico lies squarely in the species' range. Therefore, some scholars argue that long-distance trade in Mexican art objects brought the imagery to Missouri, where a local artist could have adopted it and incorporated it into the Fairfield gorget. So this underlying explanation here highlights how, or explains how this Mississippian gorget, this Fairfield gorget, could have had this image of a jaguar on it, and explains that long-distance trade with other Mexican art objects brought the imagery to Missouri, and then a local artist could have adopted it, and therefore he used that in creating the Fairfield gorget. So let's look at the answer choices. Option choice A says the Fairfield gorget is dated not to the Mississippian period, but instead to the earlier woodland period, which ended around 900 CE. This is incorrect because this wouldn't support the underlying explanation, because the fact that the Fairfield gorget was not dated to the Mississippian period would directly contrast what it says here, where it says that long-distance trade in Mexican art objects brought the imagery to Missouri, and thus local artists could have adopted it and incorporated it into the Fairfield gorget. So this is implying that the Fairfield gorget was dated to the Mississippian period during Missouri. So because option choice A opposes this and highlights how this was not dated to the Mississippian period but to the woodland period, A is incorrect. B. The range of the jaguar is shown to have expanded dramatically after the Mississippian period came to a close around 1600 CE. This is incorrect because, like A, this doesn't support the underlying explanation, because the underlying explanation focuses on trade between other Mexican art objects and in Missouri. And this explains how the Fairfield gorget had an image of a jaguar, whose range doesn't extend to Missouri. But the fact that the range of the jaguar expanded after the Mississippian period wouldn't support this underlying claim. Therefore, B is incorrect. C. An ancient Mexican art object is found at a site that dates to the Mississippian period and is close to where the Fairfield gorget was found. This seems to be the correct answer because it highlights how the long-distance trade in Mexican art objects was shown to have evidence, or is possible, where it highlights how another Mexican art object was found at a site near the Fairfield gorget and at the same time during the Mississippian period. Therefore, it highlights that the Mexican art object was made available to the people in Missouri through a long-distance trade, and there a local artist could have adopted it and then incorporated it into the Fairfield gorget. So overall, C seems to be the correct answer. D. Certain works by present-day artists from southeastern tribes reflect outside cultural influences, including contemporary Mexican art. This is incorrect because this focuses on present-day artists and contemporary Mexican art, not on this certain time period of 900 to 1600 CE. And because of this, D is incorrect. Therefore, the correct answer is C.